She's the youngest of 6 of us. She's funny. She loved dogs. She had a really big network of friends, bigger than what I actually thought. You know, when she was alive, and she was always up for the crack. But like myself, actually, she loved socialising, going out. She was always like a free spirit, and like she had insane like amount of friends on Facebook and Instagram and likes and all, and that was our culture. That's what they identified as, and they didn't have enough of this. You know, she'd delete it. And I'm like, God, I'd be lucky to get that on my best day, you know, that way. But no, she was fun. She started like a classroom assistant job, and she took that really personal. She loved helping kids, and it really reflected in that, because when she did pass away, her class, they all did like a memory page, and they always put her in this red coat that she wore, and her hair in a bun, and it's just lovely to see. That morning, like, I was working from home, and she always made me my lunch. She was off, because school's off in pandemic, so she wasn't working. And I always text her on 12:30, and I was like, what's for the lunch today? And she made me like stir fries or something, and I got us chicken and a peppercorn sauce the night before, put it in the fridge, and I go make that with pasta or rice or something. So I went up like a bull up the stairs because the lunch wasn't on. I was like, I only have an hour, like what's going on here? And then I walked in, and it looked like she was standing, and I was like, what are you doing? And it wasn't. It was what it was anyway, and I just didn't know what to do. I started screaming, and my dad's just after 2 knee surgery, so he can barely walk up the stairs. And there's just such this dead silence, and it's just horrific. And your whole body's in fight and flight mode. And for about, I would say, a good 5-6 months after it, my body was just still in this anxiety state. I couldn't do a lot of things, and I had to get help for it. Like, it was just the fear, and I still have it to this day, that I walked in on the worst thing, and it's so hard to get that feeling shifted. Like, if I see police, I feel sick to my stomach. Ambulance, everything of the sort. It's just dead weight inside you. It's exhausting. I just don't know, we're just all living in this hell. Like, I watched something last night, and it said something like, when your nightmares are less scarier than what you're living. And I completely agree with that. People deal with grief differently. Like, I know there's months there that I was angry, like, and I mean hateful angry, and I refused to talk to Erne or do anything. I didn't want to think about her because I was so mad at what she'd done and how other people in my house has been affected, and how this has just changed her whole life. And I'm kind of coming out of that now, but I can see maybe certain other of my family members may going into that just, and it's no one size fits all, and it's just really letting yourself go through the motions, because it's healthy. You have to get it out that way, and if you didn't, you ball it all up. Like we did, like a few of my family members, we went to counselling after and passed, and a few didn't. And one of my sisters was trying to get counselled through me. She didn't want to go. And I was like, it doesn't work like that. You need to be able to talk. And people say that very flippantly, like, why does people not talk? Or why did she not say anything? Well, how do you? Like, we're not taught about feelings in school. We're not taught how to process certain things and thoughts and what you could do to change that. There's such a stigma around it. Like, if I broke my leg and I was walking and someone's like, oh, how's your leg? But suicide or mental health, they don't acknowledge it. I do find that People don't want to talk about it because they want to keep it at arm's length. And I knew when I thought it never knocked on my own door, to be honest. I think that like your physical health is looked at, but not as like your mental health isn't, and I just don't understand the logic in that, because Erne had nothing physically wrong with her, but her mind killed her. And actually, a couple of months, Erne attended a funeral that was because of suicide, and she came home to my mum and she was saying, "I don't know how anyone could do that. The devastation that's brought." And then just a few months, she decided to. So there's anger there as well. Like, what mask were you putting on? Or did you think about it then? And there's so many questions and no answers. I signed myself back up to go to like bereavement council, and they say usually after a year they find people coming back because you're now more openly to discuss it, and I would agree with that completely. I know when Erne died with counselling, but in that much shock, you really aren't, discussing openly what you're feeling. And I think it's so important that people have the tools to be able to do that and are open for it, because I'd do anything to make me feel better. And that's the honest truth, and I don't want to go down the same route my sister done. I felt that was no other way.